Hello everyone, my name is Mini Mustachio and I'm going to be making a series of beginner guide videos for Warframe. Now, I have split these into categories of how I'm going to make them. So the first guide is going to be game mechanics, which will be this guide. The next guide will be an explanation of the different game modes. Then it will be the mod explanations, then how to get resources, that sort of stuff. Then some early equipment, some Warframe, some stuff you should look out for. Then it will be some void key farming and some information about the void. And then lastly, it shall be relay and Cephalon Samaris information. So, to start this video off, the first thing we're going to do is talk about Warframe. So Warframe is a third-person shooter, I guess. That best describes it. So basically, you play as the Tenno. You start off the game by having a nice little tutorial and a cutscene, picking what Warframe you'd like. Then you get to choose your weapon, your primary, your secondary, and then lastly. So after you've all done that, which is very simple, you then get put on your ship. And you're probably thinking, well, this is all confusing to me, I don't understand what I've got to do. So basically, I'm going to explain that. Okay, so the first part of this video is going to be me talking about the movement system. So if you're new to the game, you obviously aren't going to understand some of the big maneuvers, or, well, you may not even know there are some big maneuvers. So currently I am in the testing room, which I shall say how to get to this room in the last video of this series. So I mean, obviously you can walk around like I'm doing now, you can jump,
We need to keep a lookout for supplies.
you can double jump. So a nice early thing to learn is if you jump and hold right click, you will go into the glide feature. This works in double jump, this also works in single jump. Now if you get your weapon out and you go into glide, you can actually shoot. Now, that's very handy if you're just trying to, let's say, get away from some enemies, or you're getting shot at a lot. You jump, you go into your glide, you can shoot your enemies back. Now, a nice feature to know is if you hold control, which is crouch, look up where you'd like to jump, press spacebar, you will glide. You can do this any direction you'd like. Now, when you do go into this nice glide animation, you do get one jump left, which means you can go either a bit higher or you can go that extra distance to get to where you want to go. Now, on top of that, on your last jump, you can jump and you can hold right click to glide. Now, this is different on consoles. It will be whatever button is bound. Maybe you have a hold to do whatever button setting activated. I currently don't. I don't believe there's one activated by default. However, this is fine. Now, let's say you want to get up this nice little pillar here. You might be thinking, well, I could just do that up there, couldn't I? And you're right, you could. That's perfectly acceptable. You can easily jump up there, and that's fine. But another way to get up this nice pillar is to just press spacebar, just keep pressing spacebar. So we go up to it and keep pressing spacebar. I chose the wrong part of the wall to test this on. Just keep pressing spacebar, you can keep going up. As far as I'm aware, you can just infinitely press spacebar and go up a wall. This works on any wall, any surface. If you want to get up there, just keep pressing spacebar. Now, let's say you want to shoot an enemy and you would like to be on nice high ground, but there's no platforms to stand on. You might be thinking, is this possible? And the answer is yes. So what you need to do is go up to the wall you would like to go on, go where you'd like to go. I'm not going to go very high up this wall, and just hold right click or your aim button. This will attach you to the wall and you can shoot off the wall. Now, you cannot stay here forever, as you'll see. If I keep holding right click, you do fall down. However, you can go up to the wall, hold right click, and if you're about to jump off, you can just press spacebar again and hold right click. So, all in all, the movement, if you understand it, it's very simple. But if you're new to the game, it might not be simple. However, it's very easy to learn, and it's what sets apart the good players from the bad players. The bad players do not use good movement. You may not have very good weapons, very good warframes, but if you have good movement, you're gonna last longer than other players, which is very important. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is going to be Mastery Rank. So, Mastery Rank is basically how good are you at the game. Now, it doesn't actually mean, you're an amazing player, you're going to be a very high rank, someone who's not going to be low. Basically, Mastery Rank is this number here, located on your profile, and on your name when you go into the menu. Now, what this number actually means is it's a number for how many weapons you've mastered, hence the name Mastery Rank. Now, how this actually works is weapons and warframes have XP attached to them every time you level them for the first time. Now, I'm putting emphasis on that because if you was to use a former, which I shall explain soon, on a weapon or a warframe, you will not get any new XP for it. Now, I currently have 900 hours in Warframe. It's a very long time, I enjoy the game. Now, my rank is 18, as you can see here. I currently have 869,000 Mastery XP. I get to my next rank, Tiger, in 32,000 XP, which would mean I would need to level 10 brand new weapons that I have never used before, or I would need to level 5 warframes. Now, let's say I got this weapon here, which is greyed out, called the Akenbrunt. If I was to level this to level 30, which is the maximum for weapons and warframes, I would get 3000 XP because you get 100 XP per level of a weapon. Warframes, if I was to get Atlas, I would get 6000 XP if I leveled him to 30, because a level on a warframe is worth 200 XP. Now, when this gets to the end, what happens? Well, you get given the option to rank up. Now, it's not as simple as it sounds. You have to perform a test. Now, the first tests are very simple, or at least they sound it. Maybe if, you're not very good at the game, or, aiming isn't your strong point, then unfortunately they may not be so easy. Now, the first couple of tests are only kill people with your primary weapon, kill people with your secondary weapon, and kill people with your melee weapon. Then the tests start to become a bit more harder, however that's only for the later levels, which you will not hit straight away. Now, increasing in rank does have its benefits. When you get to Mastery Rank 3, you unlock the Syndicate feature, which in all is its own separate video. Now, if you get to Mastery Rank 12, you have unlocked everything. Nothing will no longer be behind a Mastery wall. Every weapon's unlocked to you, every feature is unlocked to you, every planet is unlocked to you. Okay, so the last piece that I'm going to talk about in this video, aside from a little few bits of information I have forgotten, is weapon levels. So when you get a weapon, it will be unranked, and it will have no mod points available to it, it will have nothing like that. So we are just going to grab just a random weapon here. We'll just grab this bow. Now, on this bow, that's an irritating noise. So, this bow is obviously the highest rank of 30, which I did explain previously. Now, each time you level up a weapon, you get 1 point. As you can see, rank 30 bow, 30 points to spend. Now, there are ways to increase this. You could obviously use catalysts, but they aren't the easiest things to find. However, I am going to be making a video completely separate talking about mods, what are good, what isn't good. Now, an unranked weapon will have whatever stats it has, its status chance, its critical chance, and its impact, slash and puncture damage. However, a rank 30 weapon will have absolutely no improvement to those stats. So the stats here for this bow, these are the exact same stats as when I purchased the bow, crafted the bow, I might add. They do not change. The only way to change the stats of a weapon is to use mods. So if anyone tells you otherwise, they are wrong. There is no way of changing a weapon unless you put mods on. So if you're worried maybe this weapon isn't very good, you know, do I grind out the levels? Yes, grind out the levels, you will get mod capacity, that will help you out a lot, but don't grind out a weapon if you think that it's just going to get better, because it will not get better unless you use mods.